welcome back. We have a quieter evening now. Things have settled down at the Velvet Crown Inn. So there's probably still some concern over what might be going on between Leif and Raelynn. Nyra and Alina, you find yourselves with some space to fill the night with your own activity. You find yourselves a little quiet space in the common area.
I think after Raelynn burst in and out, we're both gonna pack up the cards and we're gonna go move to Alina's bed.
Just in case she wants to also destroy the common area.
I can give her some space.
We're not getting the deposit back.
Put it on Kaylin's tab.
Everything's on his tab. It's okay, I have mending. I'll fix it after.
Yeah, you have your setup on Alina's bed now. Pretty spacious in here. You guys got one of the biggest suites here, so take it away.
So, usually I've done this with people I don't know. It's a bit different, I think.
It shouldn't be that different.
Also, I'm usually doing it to pry information, and I guess I am, but I don't want you to feel like I am.
I wouldn't have asked if I wasn't okay with you knowing something.
Oh, alright. I have been telling people to think of a question they want to know. Something they are trying to figure out. Do you have one?
I think I'd like to know about that man.
From your vision?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't recognize him?
No, but he was so similar to me.
Maybe a relative that you
Maybe.
haven't met? Okay. And we're sure it was like... Sometimes I feel like Mother Ona doesn't age. Like, she's human, right? So, like,
No,
that's
she's
not
an
too...
elf.
Oh, she's an elf. Oh, she definitely doesn't age. We don't know when this is occurring at all.
True.
Okay. Oh, could be a child of yours. I won't theorize. I'll let the cards tell us something about him. Okay, are you ready? This is so weird. They're your cards.
No, they're yours now. They're a gift.
Okay. Pull the first card for your past.
Okay, everybody, you ready to see?
Mm-hmm.
This is the first card pull. It's the Three of Swords, and it's a bit intense.
Yeah, Nyra looks very sad seeing that pulled for your past. Usually I have to explain the cards. As you know, it tends to be a card of heartache and sorrow. Something that has left its mark on you. I think because it's the sharp edge is pointing towards you, it's telling us about the pain that's been inflicted on you, one you probably won't ever forget. Does that sound right?
I told Vael some, but I don't think I've told you about my family.
I've never met the others.
Even if you had been at the Sisterhood, you wouldn't have. The only time I'd been home to Rivney since I left for the Sisterhood was for my father's funeral.
That's a long time.
It is. Do you know that you can lose a family while they're still alive?
I think if they're still alive, there's a chance that you could find them again.
No, I know where they are. They just don't care to know me.
I meant metaphorically.
Oh,
People change. It's possible with your father gone, the dynamic is very different now.
I don't think for the better.
Do you choose to stay away?
No. But it was always made clear that my role was with the Sisterhood. It was never just the couple of years training for me like it was for most others.
Is that what you want?
It's been so long, I don't know. I think I always knew I had to impress because there wasn't a choice to not become an advanced sister.
She looks a little confused about the levels. She didn't go, so she does not understand, but
Most girls come for just a couple of years. For education, there's specialties like swordplay, medicine, politics,
music.
music. And then they go home, they lead their families, they get married, they start new lives with a better education and understanding of the world. And then some who impress are asked to stay as advanced sisters. We have our own areas of specialty, our own topics of study. And then eventually the goal is to become a mother yourself.
What is your area of study?
You've seen some of it?
The magic.
Yes.
I can't say I've ever seen someone do what you do. Of course, no one really sees it because you kind of the minds.
Mm-hmm.
Why would the sisterhood teach you that?
It wasn't so much that they chose to teach it to me, that we discovered it. They helped me understand it and develop it.
Do you want to be a mother of the sisterhood?
I think that's the only way I'll get to become a mother.
Oh, well, we could have a talk about how that works. It's not your only option.
Don't worry, that conversation has been had.
Do you... Well, this is... If you left the sisterhood, would you be able to have that chance? If that's what you wanted.
If you see Alina, you can see the wheels turning. She's trying to figure out how to phrase it.
Bluntness works best.
You would have made a very good sister.
No, I'm pretty
What?
sure I would have slapped Mother Ona at some point.
You probably wouldn't have been paired with her then. It takes a partnership for that to happen.
Mhm.
I am the second forgotten child of a very small principality.
I don't think you're small.
Rivni is. I don't know if there are many who are looking to make that match.
She's like, I can think of one. She's not gonna say that. Actually, she would say, I think you might be very wrong, but I don't think it has to do with who your family is. You are worth that on your own. People get married every day. They're not to be heads of households or in line. It doesn't matter to most people. It shouldn't matter to the ones that are important to you.
If fate intervenes, maybe.
Well, let's see what fate has to say. Present card.
Okay. And Alina pulls this one. Which is, hold on, let me count my Roman numerals again.
8.
The 8 of Wands.
That's pretty apropos for what we are doing now. They fly through the air because it's about the movement you're on. Quick, fast, rapid changes are coming. But you are moving forward towards something. Say that's true.
Yeah, that's true for all of us.
But it means you are moving away from the past, since it is in the middle. Moving towards whatever is next. Leaving that behind.
There are certainly parts of the past I'd be okay with leaving behind.
I think that's a lot of people feel that way. Like, I'm sure tomorrow morning Raelynn will really wish she could leave what she did tonight away.
Oh, I hope she's all right.
Talk about fast movement. I think the next card will tell us more about what this one means.
And then, I should not have looked at chat. I saw a particular line. And the last card that is pulled is the 8 of Cups.
Considering our earlier conversation, I think you know what this one means. Abandoning a dream. Moving forwards. And leaving the past and the patterns you've started already. Changing. And change is scary, but it's not a bad thing. You don't have to give up all of who you are. But you won't always be this Alina. You won't always be a sister. In every sense of that word.
What if I don't know who I am if I'm not a sister?
And we find out. You have changed many times in your life already. You will keep changing. Towards something that brings you real happiness. If the present card is speaking to me right. As for this man, your thoughts were on him. He's going to change you. Whoever he is. For the best.
You've seen people from different places. Pilgrims, travelers.
Not as many as the short towns, but yes.
And I'm going to describe the clothing of the man that I saw in the vision and see if maybe that is familiar in any way to Nyra.
In terms of, sorry, I missed the part where you asked her, you've seen many.
Like people from different places.
Okay.
They're like pilgrims and travelers and traders
Okay.
and stuff.
Open borders at
Those pilgrims. For some reason, I heard shorthands, and I'm like, what is that? The clothing that you're describing, it seems a little bit too flashy for what Nyra would be used to seeing, just because of where the people from that she knows have come from Savorin. She also knows that they've come north through the desert, and likely wouldn't be dressed in their usual garb. You're used to seeing pretty intricate clothing, but it's also very similar to what you would be used to wearing at the Oasis. They kind of dressed for the occasion.
It is very hot there. I think not in the deserts. That's too ostentatious. You would stick out. But it might be worth talking to Katrin and see if anything's come through her ports like that. Or even if Vale knows any of the shipmen. He knows a lot of people. He probably knows someone down at the docks.
Probably kiss someone down at the docks.
And probably more.
More, yeah.
Or maybe even Draytos, but they don't like talking that much to others. But Gail's got the friend there, so does Raelynn, so maybe.
I'll have to ask.
Oh, you should ask Leif. He left for like ever. Did he know anyone?
Right. I'll just tell everyone.
That's
See what
probably
happens.
someone might know something, but not me, unfortunately.
I think you know quite a lot.
Yes, not about this strange man, though.
You're very good at this.
It's very interesting. I learn a lot about people doing it. It's helping. Also, if you're looking for someone, I do have a brother who still thinks you're very hot. And he's an adult now.
Yeah, but I keep picturing a teenager, and it's a little weird.
I mean, he probably pictures you a few years younger, too.
Well, speaking of Nyra's brother,
He shows up.
yeah, he's
That was
manifest before you.
wild.
We kind of fade away from this scene. Nyra, you just finished hearing from your brother, sounding kind of out of breath. You kind of think about, what time it must be there as well, because you're a little bit more west than him. And as you are thinking on the message, you start to feel a pit of unease burning in your stomach. Your whole body just kind of feels a little bit shaky. It's almost like you feel feverish. You don't really feel all that great while you're lying there, but it comes on so quickly. I'm gonna need you to take 13 points of psychic damage as you are laying in bed. Your head just starts to hurt, and you feel that same feeling that Alina had described. but it comes and it goes away very quickly.
Would this wake up Alina at all? Because I think we established that Nyra
We're
was
sharing a bed
We're
tonight.
just gonna let Raelynn have. I almost called you Brielle. Wrong game. Universes are crossing. Just have all the rest of the space of the suite.
Yeah, I'm bunking with her tonight. I'm a little scared of Raelynn.
She hasn't left the room.
I know. She had brothers, though. She doesn't know what's happening.
True.
So would it wake?
That depends how Nyra responds to it. Really, it's up to you, because nothing external happens. You just start to feel very ill and shaky for a moment.
I think she'd probably, once it passes, she'd probably like get up and like go to get some water or something to steady herself. And I imagine a woman of the sisterhood is probably not a heavy sleeper.
Yeah, you kind of you stir a bit, and then when Nyra comes back into the room, you do see that she looks kind of like a bit of a mirror to what you were feeling earlier that day.
Nyra, are you all right?
Yeah, it was really strange. I was thinking about my brother, and I don't know, something just felt really wrong with him. And suddenly I started feeling very sick, but it passed quickly, although my head still hurts.
What happened with me in the spell book?
I mean, I sent him a message. Something felt weird when I used sending, though. The magic felt wrong. You know, I don't know how to explain it.
I wonder if it's all Savorian or just Mournhold.
I mean, we know they weren't able to scry in. You don't think it's possible for them to be monitoring sendings or anything, do you?
Maybe. I sent sending earlier in the day as well.
You did?
I did.
Oh. Can I ask who?
Mother Ona.
You don't think they got hurt, do you?
I hope not. If we treat it like a science experiment, the only way to know is to send again and see if we take more damage.
I could just use the cards and cast Augury in the morning and not hurt my brother.
It's probably safer.
I was gonna try and send a message to the Saveth house about the Goliath, but now I'm worried.
I'm glad we're not staying in Mournhold much longer.
The sooner we get out of there, the better.
Yes. Since I'm up, I'd like to go see if Raylan's asleep. And if she is, I'm just going to make sure she's all tucked up in a little blanket.
I think she would have crashed out pretty fast.
You were raging for a while.
She's raging for a while.
When you go into the room and you check on her, she is crashed out on the bed, but next to her on the nightstand is Sid, and you can hear a soft sort of cello sound coming from him.
It's a little lullaby machine.
So cute.
And you can just see this soft emitting glow coming from his screen.
So happy we have it.
I'll just make sure she's tucked in really well. Pull the blanket up, give her a little kiss on the forehead.
There it is.
Yep.
All right.
So cute.
Well, I will hit the long rest button this time so you guys aren't all
Woo!
screwed up.
I mean, we already are, but
Well, yeah. In statistics, at least. Well, I guess Leif is still screwed up.
a little bit less.
I can have positive modifiers to some things now.
Yay.
Yay!
You all are able to get rest that evening. Some of you easier than others. It's like the crack of dawn. Nyra's probably like stirring awake at this time. I think we established Vael is pretty early at rising as well.
Yeah.
Then Vael, you hear a light knock at your door.
All right. Well, he'll fix up his hair and do nothing to get fully clothed and answer the door.
Standing at the door, dressed in a very similar clothing that you've seen some of the like servers here dressed in. You see a familiar-looking red tiefling with jewelry adorning her horns, and she's carrying a platter. Vosh is smiling at you. She goes, "Morning. Room service?"
Morning. I wasn't aware that I ordered any room service.
This one's on the house.
Well, how can I say no to that? He opens up the door.
She lets herself in, puts down the tray that you can hear as it touches the table. There is empty. There's nothing in it. She sits on like just the side of like the arm of one of the chairs in the room. And once you kind of like close the door and let her in, she's like, "Is it just you and your friends here?"
Yes, Leif is just in there, and so I take it this is business then, not personal?
Well, I'm not against mixing a bit of the two, but I got word that you were perhaps in need of alternative ways of getting around certain parts of Mournhold. Is that correct?
Yes.
To go in or out?
Well, not that I ever have any trouble doing either. I think for the 5 of us to have more discreet ways in and out of different districts might be beneficial, possibly out of the city entirely, depending on how things go in a couple of nights.
Right. Well, I do have something that might be of use to you. However, I haven't used it in a very long time, and I don't know how clear it is anymore. So you might want to take a look first before relying on it for something urgent.
Fair enough. I'm sure we can make time to do that today. So, what is it?
Back when they were first making Mournhold, they dug up much of the underground to work at a system for the ley lines, but once they were done installing them, they didn't really need them anymore. However, I've been expanding lower and lower, She seems a little bit proud of herself. And I happened to stumble across these. They were pretty thorough from what I remember, but like I said, I haven't used them in a while, and well, the first time I discovered them, there were some wildlife that took it upon themselves to make a home out of it. And I don't know how... Well, there's been some sneaky movement around the city, and I don't know if they've rethought their need of those tunnels.
Fair enough.
But you can give me a visit later at the Hollow Vein, whenever you're all free to. Is your bodyguard, was it? Is he okay now? He did not look well yesterday.
He's getting better every day. He had a rough night recently.
She seems like it's like she's connecting some things in her head. All right then. Well, I don't have a whole lot to do, but probably best to at least wait until the afternoon. Even better to wait till the evening, and the most peak time would be the night, so pick your choice.
Understood. Well, I have another meeting today, and once I discuss this with my party, I'm sure we'll make a time to come and visit. As he's saying that, he walks across the room and lifts the lid up from the tray. He says, shame. I was in the mood to eat something, and he will just drop the sarong and walk to the bedroom.
Then Leif probably wakes up a little bit annoyed because she is not quite about it.
Alrighty then. Good
Poor
morning.
guy.
Sorry, Leif.
I think I sleep through it. It's 2 rooms away.
Got some space.
But yeah, eventually you guys, Bill and Nyra, kind of have their own morning things now to do. Nyra's used to waking up as soon as the sun comes up, and all of you are free to wake up whenever you feel is best. What would you like to do with your morning?
Vale and Nyra are doing such very different things.
I disagree. We're both communing with the gods.
Yeah, fine,
Well, she yells, "Oh God," over and over again.
I'll probably wake up early too, since my bunkmate is awake early.
She wouldn't do it in the bedroom. She'd let you sleep in if you. She'd go to the main room and double check to make sure nothing's broken in there first. Hide everything about last night.
You would actually go out into the main room and see that everything has been perfectly cleaned, put in proper place, chairs even tucked in and everything like that. And you'd probably hear some shuffling from inside the room. Letting you know Raelynn's also awake.
All right, what do we do? Do we act casual? Do we just...
I don't know. I'll screw this. I walk over to the door, knock on it.
What was that you said? Bluntness is the best approach?
Bluntness is the best approach.
Raelynn's probably like sat down on the bed and is just like flipping the wooden coin that she was given over her knuckles, just like fidgeting nervously, and it's just like, yes.
Nyra's just gonna walk in. I'm going to treat you like I treat my brother, because I don't know if girls are supposed to be different, but are you okay? you want to talk about it?
No, I'm fine.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Do I need to hurt someone? I do have lots of firepower.
It's fine.
All right. If you're sure.
It was my fault. Don't worry about it.
Oh. Wait, what did you do?
Alina's gonna pop her head around.
I'd rather not talk about it, if you don't mind. I'm still processing.
Okay, sometimes it helps to talk these things out, to process your feelings and emotions in a healthy way, but that's all right.
I tried talking last night. I'm going to choose silence today.
Nyra could read your cards. I
I'll
said way
pass.
more than I meant to.
I think you said just
I
enough.
appreciate that you both care, but a little more space. I'll be fine by the time. Just 10
You want some
minutes. I'll meet
breakfast?
you downstairs.
Okay.
Okay. We have to report some weird magic shit to everyone, so. Whenever you're ready.
Okay, I'll meet you down there for breakfast. Raelynn's probably just gonna do another round of the room to make sure that everything is like better than it was there when it started. She's going to pat Sid and thank him for the calming sounds of the evening. And then she's just gonna make sure she's gonna look in like a mirror or something in the room. And she's actually, like, when you walked in the room, she's not wearing her hair down like normal. She's not like dressed in her little more casual outfit. She's pulled her hair back taut and it's braided and a chignon at the back of her head. She's wearing her like coat almost like a dress with a cinch waist on it, and her makeup's done fully. Trying to really just put on the most professional appearance that she can, to try and look
Full
good.
business, bitch.
Yeah, she has got full business. But she's just trying to make herself realize that she's here for a job, and she
Mhm.
needs to start treating everything like it's a job. And she has that meeting with Vael later today, in which she does not want to make him look bad, so she puts a little extra effort to make him look good. And then she'll probably just like open the door and leave.
All right. Leif, how do you wake up?
A little bit later, I think at some point in the night, Leif tried to go to sleep. It didn't work. He went downstairs and bought a bottle of some probably liquor, whatever. Same thing Raelynn dropped off at the door, and I think wakes up when, in very stark contrast to her, wakes up when he rolls over and that empty bottle falls out of the bed and breaks on the floor. Wakes up slightly hungover, and if Vael's still around at that point, he can hear some disorganized shuffling as Leif starts getting himself together.
Yeah, I think by the time you come out to the common room, Vael's just finishing up the final touches on his makeup. Morning.
Morning.
You smell terrible.
I'm gonna take a bath.
Make sure you get some inside, too.
Back off.
So, you want to tell me what happened?
Yeah, Raelynn came in here telling me how I was no good for anything and a drain on the group, and I told her I disagreed. She didn't like that. And she apparently felt the need to apologize. Hence the whiskey.
Okay. That explains some very selective parts of things.
Yep.
Why are you punishing yourself?
What do you mean?
You know we have important business to do today, and you look like, well, you look like you're having a harder time standing than you were yesterday.
I'll be fine. Be like 10
I'm sure
minutes.
you will. Still,
I actually feel better than I did yesterday. I didn't put my makeup on yet.
I can give you some pointers if you'd like.
Appreciate it.
So, everything between you and Raelynn is good then?
Probably. Let's say yes until given reason to suspect otherwise. How about that?
Fair enough. Whatever it was she said, whatever exact words she used, you know you're a valued member of this team, and she knows that as well as anyone.
I'll tell her that. I think, what'd she say? Weakest link?
Well, if you had a chain and then strapped a dynamite to one link on it, when you're at your best, you're easily anyone here is equal. But you are not at your best.
Do you think I should sit everything out?
Oh,
'Cause I
no.
endanger everyone else?
Not at all.
I'll try telling her that.
She probably overstepped. But don't misinterpret that. She's a very caring young woman.
I read chat. Yeah. No, she's not a bad person.
And she has a lot of responsibility on her shoulders. She's still finding her voice.
Oh, she found it.
As her friends, let's be understanding until she fully learns how to use that properly.
Fine.
See you downstairs for breakfast?
Yeah. Let me just powder
Feel
my nose or whatever.
Sure, feel free to use any of this. And there's like 7 boxes laid out of different types of makeup. He heads downstairs.
Yeah. By the time you get down there, all 3 of the women are downstairs. Did you guys grab enough space for everybody? I assume you want to keep the magic weird chat for not the breakfast table.
Most likely.
Yeah, probably.
All right.
I do think, though, as Vale comes down to the table, he kind of does a circle around it, kind of greeting each of them individually, briefly, but he lingers behind Raelynn for a second, and she just hears like a very quiet, "You okay?"
She's just gonna slightly nod her head.
Good. Let's get to it. And
You
breakfast
guys-
is commenced.
Yeah, you guys. Oh, go ahead.
I was yawning, but I also want to say something. I had an idea, Vale. Maybe Sid could watch Chinook and play fetch and stuff with him. Something to keep him busy during the day.
Well, I was hoping to avoid any conflict today, which means he could come with me. I also don't trust that tinker box thing.
Oh, it's very sweet. It plays music at night to help you sleep.
It didn't kill me.
But what if Chinook decides that one of its legs looks particularly tasty?
It seems to only follow orders. I don't think it has the ability to think on its own. So if we tell it's only play, no hurt.
It's not a terrible idea. I'll consider it.
No.
But I do miss the little guy. He's been cooped up in the room for a couple of days, and, well, we're rarely apart for that long.
We'll be out of the city soon.
And I'll be glad for it.
Me too.
Yep.
When Leif comes down, I think it's safe enough to describe the clothing that I saw at the breakfast table. I will go ahead and bring that up to the group.
Yeah. I think Leif and Vale could make a history check.
Okay.
Why?
Not a great number for me. Here we go.
Well, let's see what I can do with my -3. Be a hot
Amazing.
1.
Vale, you just the way that they're talking about it, you don't recall anything from like seeing people come into the docks or anything like that. But as she's like describing it in detail to you, it things as familiar in that you feel like you've seen it recently. Back when you, Nyra, and Leif went to the Spiral Archive, there was a lot of paintings and lots of books and stuff available in just the 3 rooms that you guys saw there. There was like a set of 3 paintings near where you guys had been looking over this. You were kind of looking at like the schedule, I guess, is how I would describe that. But you kind of were hovering at this table, looking into the lecture room, and it told you what the lecture was being presented on. Though the man doesn't sound familiar to you, the style of clothing really pings as familiar to you. Especially just because you're someone who pays attention to that sort of thing. 3 people in very like cutting, like angular clothing, more fabric than necessary, really, in certain parts. And some of the stitching was like really like gold, very intricate, and more of it used than necessary.
Well, I have a theory. Given that I've seen similar styles in paintings at the Spiral Archive, my guess would be that might be the sort of thing we would see from the proper nobles in the south.
Interesting. So I'm following Vixx. Was it that they saw the style on one of the paintings?
Mm-hmm.
If we have time, I think I'd like to go there today. Maybe get a name, location.
You should have time for that. I've got that meeting with Kale and Raelynn later, and then I think it would be prudent for us all to visit the Hollow Vein once more. We may have... He's kind of like glancing around. We may have increased our options for transportation between districts.
Were we all supposed to go meet Kale?
It was Vale and Raelynn who wanted to introduce to this noble contact that he has, but he wanted all of you guys to go by there at some point, by his tent at some point. Yeah.
that would be closer to the Spiral Archive. So, travel there together.
Mhm.
All right. So you guys are all heading to Gales? Is that what I'm understanding?
I think so,
Yeah,
unless
'cause
there's any
everything's
objections.
closed.
Okay. Alrighty. You guys finish up breakfast. It's very good food, very filling. It's kind of like the kind of place where instead of huge portions, you're given small portions, but you're given a couple different plates to eat per meal. And by the time you guys head out into the city, I'd like to clarify: is Chinook coming with you guys?
Yes.
Where is Sid being left in the room? Okay.
Yep.
Cool. No one's wearing black hair anymore. You guys all look like you. Okay.
Just sit back and Sid is scratching at the window.
Pulling down the drapes.
I've put on my like more blue velvet winter outfit. I'm gonna save the dragonfly one for like the Lena performance.
Mm.
All right. Yeah, you guys are kind of on the like outskirts of the trade ward at the moment. You head on through towards the center where all of these tents have just been like set up, taking over much of the center district. As you are going along, is there anything else you guys are doing? Just heading straight there?
Whatever part of this group Raelynn is in, be it the front or the back or the left or the right, Leif is on the other side.
That's okay, because wherever Leif is, Raelynn is beside Chinook.
Remind me, I know Vale knows that the weirdness was between those two. Do we know that the weirdness was with Leif, or that just she had issues?
We just know
you
she had
heard
issues.
screaming.
But we don't know who it was
Yeah.
with or why.
Yeah.
Could be either one, really.
I
To
feel
be
like
fair, they
you're
also heard
supposed
screaming
to
this
do that.
morning, and
True, that's true.
Yeah, but that one we knew what was going on.
We're used to that one.
Is Leif wearing his kilt?
Yeah, he doesn't have any other nice clothes.
Yes.
Here. I'm just gonna I'm gonna look at Raelynn and I'm gonna look at Leif and look. I'm gonna try to non-verbally be like, what the fuck? What?
I would have sworn it would have been Vale.
I don't blame you.
But if anyone can handle anger, it's a Goliath, so probably okay.
So Nyra read my cards last night, and I think you all should give it a chance. It's scary. It's enlightening. She's really good at it.
She's turning a very deep red. Embarrassment.
Oh, your cheeks look like embers.
Yes, little flames. It's getting hot.
Now I'm thinking about clue flames. Is that what it is?
Take no offense, Nyra, but one vision for this week is enough for me. Maybe another time.
I will not pressure anyone to do it. The cards are very weirdly accurate. It freaks me out a bit. But I think it helped with your vision. Maybe.
Potentially.
Settle things a bit. If they're right.
I've generally used them more as a tool of introspection, but the way things have been going, I don't know anymore. Maybe they really do tell the future.
Possible.
Either way, I think I'll sit this out as well.
Oh, Vale. Come
Are you
on.
afraid of your future?
I think you, if anyone, could handle it.
Of course I could, but why would I mess with my future?
I tell
I mean,
people,
it's not like it tells you specifically.
and
I
nothing
would
is set
rather
in
keep it a surprise.
stone.
Well, that's sort of part of my problem. What if I see the best possible outcome, but then me knowing about it changes the course that leads me there?
That's very deep thinking, Vale.
Have you ever had your cards read, Vale?
No, I try not to tamper with such things.
Are you superstitious?
No, I think it's more that I like to keep my fate in my hands.
But if the cards can predict things, then that means the future is predictable by some, and so it's an illusion of control.
Nyra, you did say you wouldn't press people to
Oh,
get their
I'm
cards read.
just, my mind is just confused by the statements.
Well, I think it would be worth at least have your past card drawn and see if it's accurate.
You should
There's
do
nothing
that
in my past
sometime.
worth reliving.
You still never told me what happened, but maybe now is not the place. As we're walking in these streets.
Let's openly talk about our
Yes.
houses and our families.
Now is very much not the time or place.
Well, even though they're attuned to you now, if you'd like me to read yours, Nyra, I will at some point.
Secret dice rolls.
We love them.
Scary.
As you guys are walking through this market, Nyra, you notice. Just Nyra and Leif actually notice that there is a couple of young kids, just like they're kind of looking a little bit sketchy as they walk through the opposite direction of some of the people in the market. You see one of them bump into a more wealthier looking person, and the older sibling of the two just like scolds them like, hey, you should really watch out where you're going. You messed up that poor lady's dress. Come on. And like pulls her, but you see that the little one like slips something into their pocket, and you see the older one kind of smirk as they turn and weave, and they narrow in on Alina as she is talking about this, about these card readings. And you can see that they are like quickly leveling and engaging all of you, and they make eye contact with you, Nyra, and immediately look away from you. They don't seem to really note Leif much. The height difference is just like they don't bother looking all the way up. But it definitely looks like they're about to try to connect and go through you guys as a group.
I'd like to interpose myself on their path, and if they try and go around me, see if I can like put my hands on either of their shoulders.
As soon as you like interpose yourself, the older one tries to go around you, and you kind of catch her shoulder. The other one just smacks like right dead into you, kind of stumbles back a little bit, and then looks like up at you where they think that your face will be, but then continues to look up. Oh, hey, my mom is gonna come and get me.
I'm just gonna bend down, pick different marks.
You're saying that to the smaller one?
Yeah.
The older one just like steps on your foot, like really hard, but you barely feel it. Like she's She barely weighs anything. And she's looking up at you and she goes, hey, you know what? Mind your business. And she's gonna like try to run off.
I'm not holding them.
Yes, can I do something as this is happening?
Okay.
Just being very subtle about it, continuing on his trajectory. Vale's gonna walk on by the kid that's looking up at Leif and being scolded, and try to lift the coin purse that he tucked away.
Whoa!
All right. Sleight of, yeah, give me a sleight of hand.
Nice.
Damn.
They don't even stand a chance. I think like a minute goes by and you guys are walking at a normal pace. Yeah, you slip it right out and then you hear, hey, where did you put it? Like you just hear some like frantic children exclaiming. But like it's so difficult to see them. They're completely lost to the sea of people around you. Vale, you have yourself 25 gold pieces.
Not bad.
That might have been their food.
Stealing from children.
Stealing from thieves.
Who are also children.
Also children.
Hey, they gotta learn sometime.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like one person. They'll find another person.
Oh, okay. I mean, I explicitly told them to.
We're not against them being criminals. We're against them doing it poorly.
Yeah,
Get better, noob.
it would be hypocritical of me to tell them to not do that.
Oh, I should have stole that Saveth coin purse.
Not again.
Eventually you make your way towards where Kale had described his tent being to you guys. And it's pretty noticeable in the fact that it's so different in design from a lot of the other tents around it. It's very much Nyra would immediately notice this as something that she would see in some of the markets in the Oasis, especially during the times when there's festivals going on and people kind of go all out. But it's very like, there's a very deserty sort of vibe that each of you have kind of at least seen once back home in Hidgareth, and you see that there is a sign over the door that says the Cinderglass Vault, and outside there's like a tent and then there's like stalls outside, and the stalls outside don't have anything on them yet, but they do have these like these sort of like twisted colored glass lanterns hanging from the outer flaps that kind of catch the sunlight and illuminate the area around it. Kind of looks like he's not really open just yet. You guys are there fairly early in the day, but you do see that there is somebody inside, and then you immediately see there's maybe about 5 people inside. A couple of them look like they are guards just by glancing at them. As you make your approach there, 2 very strong-looking human men, like very built, wearing leather armor that's kind of been like blackened, come out, and they kind of hold to you. He's not open yet.
This isn't like town guards. Like, this is like the guards for the merchant traveling group.
These people, you've noticed an abundance of them since this caravan has arrived in town. But hearing that there's something going on outside, Kale exits shortly after, and he places a hand on one of their shoulders and says, I was expecting them. You can tell the others to take a break. Come back in an hour. And they kind of just look you guys over and kind of give a shrug. All right, no more than that. Kind of whistles for the other people. All of them seem to be human. All of them very muscular build, and there are a couple of female among them who are they're very strong looking, very tall. Of course, not as tall as Leif. Even like going past them, it kind of one of them just kind of looks over at Leif. As soon as they're out of earshot, he goes, right, well, morning, everybody. Nyra?
Morning. Are those your people?
No, they work for the caravan, but they kind of split up the work depending on necessity. They tend to give me, I guess, some of the more capable of their crew. A lot of people here just sell smaller goods and wares, and but no, they don't work specifically for me. Come in. And he kind of leads you guys into this tent. A lot of the stuff in here is very there's lots of thick woven fabrics. There's like a rug covering the entirety of the ground. There's podiums set up. You see just crates of kind of unmarked crates in here, but they are kind of slid open, and you see that there's like what seems to be like raw materials that you might use in making weapons or building things. Even some of the crates look like they hold parts of what you would band more secure crates with. And he kind of leads you over to an area for sitting, and he goes, right, I said that I had something for you. I didn't take it out yet. I didn't know you guys would be so early, but help yourselves. And he goes over to one of the display cases, goes around it, and he seems to like bend down, and you hear something akin to a lock being unlocked. And he rummages around for a bit. And when he comes, when he stands up, he's holding like a, I don't know, like a wooden box, kind of like that's open at the top, but it has handles, and he kind of walks over. Since you guys haven't really shared all of the details of what you're doing, and I respect that, I would like to ask, though, are you all planning to be doing a lot of traveling here?
Yes.
Possibly.
Right. Well, he takes out a very finely crafted orange material bag that has a little clasp that latches over it. Looks very compact. He lays it out on the table. I trust some of you would know what this is. It holds a lot more than it appears. I figured not only should it come in handy for whatever you might come across that you don't want to leave behind, but also you kind of have to know what's inside of it to take it out, and that might also be handy for whatever it is you're up to. Like, he's not hiding the fact that he's curious about what you guys are doing. All right. And he takes out something else. It looks a little bit like a brooch. And he holds it out to Nyra. If you I mean this in the best possible way. You stand out.
Yes.
This will help you blend in a little bit better. Can't be used indefinitely, but a couple times a day for about an hour or so, you should be able to look not like you.
Thank you.
Now, that's my only one, and I will need it back, but I don't think I'll be needing it soon either.
Okay.
So I guess you'll just have to make sure that we see each other again, and then you can hand it back to me.
What is your plan after this? Are you heading with the caravan?
I'm heading with the caravan up until Belgium's Gate. And then I'll be going a shorter route towards the capital.
I just look over at Raelynn.
She looks back like, I don't know what you're trying to say to me through your eyes.
Oh shit. I'll talk about it later. Bye.
Speaking of Raelynn, I think Vael leans forward, scoops up the bag of holding, and just chucks it at Raelynn.
Okay. Sure.
You
She'll
rely
put
on
it on.
equipment more than any of us. It makes sense for you to hold it.
Appreciated. That would make carrying my weapons around a lot easier.
I agree.
What about you, Kale? Are you planning on staying away for another 10 years?
He kind of like his face is like looks straight at you. I have no idea what you're referring to. Is there some sort of issue here that I'm unaware of?
No. It's just hard to get to know someone if you don't visit.
I think Vael's gonna nudge Chinook with his foot to see if he can get him to bark.
Yeah, he does. He like there's a very sudden.
Oh, look at that. He needs to go out. Alina, come with me. Let's take him for a walk.
Yeah, God.
I'll follow. I realize that I've overstepped in trying to speak up for my friend.
Drama.
Ooh.
You do see that there's some sort of recognition on Kale's face, like he put something together. Right, well, I was hoping that everyone else would be here for this, but he takes out a smaller pouch. This one's very nondescript. It's just a small leather coin pouch. And he opens it up. Seems to take what looks like 2 tokens that you guys have sort of seen other people flashing around for certain districts. He takes 2 of them out and puts them in the box, and then he holds up the pouch and he takes out one of the coins to show you, and it is a small silver coin that has a symbol on it that looks like a like 2 buildings that kind of cross over and then continue up. These this is your first time this far into Vorin, yeah?
It is.
Mournhold is the tip of the iceberg. It is disconnected purposefully from other places. Should it ever fall, they don't want its resources to be used against the rest of the country, and so they purposefully keep it a little bit lower on the totem in terms of its arcane and architectural prowess.
Is this
Yeah.
lower on the...
Yes.
That's why I'm warning you. He puts the token back in, puts it on the table. Actually, he kind of slides it over to Raelynn, who has the bag. There are means of travel here that may shock people who have only ever experienced a horse and wagon. Coming out of Urieth, going through several villages towards Canos Bay, and then one going through several villages and along the coast of a bay towards Sir Yvain and Zardan are 2 very high-speed means of travel. It's like if you took a covered wagon, made it long enough to carry 100 or so people, and propelled it by magic.
And what of our horses and Chinook? Would they be allowed? Would they be able to even travel this way?
They do allow people to take their horses, and that's going to cost you, though, if you want your own private area. I'm traveling a little bit lower key right now. There are still some things that I would like to hang around and linger in Eldrum and a couple of other towns in Zardan for a bit to keep an eye on things that are happening there. So I'm offering you my own spot there, however. You may need to pay some of the people who might not be as discreet as me. And that's best to have that sort of coin on hand in case that happens. It is possible, though. There's a little bit of a... He's not too proud that he knows that for a fact. The costs have got steeper though, and I don't exactly know, but the last time that I had to pay somebody off, it was around 100 gold pieces here. And that's only if there's one of them. Of course, I don't know what all of you are capable of or what you're here for, so maybe you will be completely fine. But this is an option. Should you find yourself able to take this or wanting to take it? I don't know if you're supposed to be traveling on foot. Could also be a means back.
That it could. How fast?
Do you have any knowledge of where things are here? And he looks like he's about to go grab something else when he says
I
that.
have a map. Could you show us on that?
Yeah, that's what I was about to go grab. He kind of, when you take out your map, he points to, there is a city on it called Malinfort in Endelos near a river. And then he kind of trails it along down to another town called Lauren Hollow. And then you see it cut across the lake to Yareth village and then down to Iriath. You could make that in 2 days.
It
That's
can
phenomenal.
It can go across the water.
There has been votes about expanding over to Mournhold, but the worry there is that if people from Hedgareth, he kind of gestures to the room, are able to get to the capital that quickly, that would be a bad thing.
Do these trains have hours that they don't work, much like the magic when you're supposed to give it back? Or are they always running?
He kind of they're keeping a lot of things from people here in Valkos. I mean, I don't know why. It's not like people are crossing borders here from enemy territories or anything. I don't know why they would want to keep them in the dark, but the capital state isn't adhering to the shutdowns. You won't be able to get out of, or you won't be able to get out of Endelos or Zardan during the shutdown hours, but it's mostly to keep up some appearances, I think. You would have to, depending on when you take it, you'd have to, if you took it later in the day, you'd have to stop in Yareth village for a bit before it runs again in the morning.
It's quite valuable information. Thank you.
I trust that it won't come back to bite me. But I also think my time here is coming to an end.
Why do you think that?
I think both sides are tired. There's no being quiet in the shadows anymore. I think soon I'm gonna have to pick a side, and well, I would much prefer my people. Besides, I'm already getting blocked out of parties here and not told about shipments that should pertain to me, so.
I assume Alina and Vale returned somewhere in the middle of that, or as I really didn't have to go for a long walk. It was just oh, don't worry. I spoke to him last night. I think he's on the level.
I think you missed the. I think you missed seeing the tokens and stuff, but you guys kind of caught most of it. Especially if you just went outside, you could probably hear a little bit.
Well, then we're grateful for the assistance, and perhaps we can secure an exit together when the time comes.
I do hope it works out that way. But I am hoping that we are able to maybe not touch base as much while we're in Mournhold, if you don't mind. I think I've already made the caravan master a little bit angry with me.
After our meeting today, I'd have no reason to darken your doorstep again while we're here.
We hopefully won't be here long.
Right. Well, we do have a meeting to get to. He kind of seems to hesitate for like probably the first time since you've met him. Would you guys mind if I talk to Nyra alone for a moment?
By all means.
Gail just looks at Nyra to make sure she's okay with it.
She gives a little bit.
All right. Well, have fun, kids.
You're not that much older, Vale. So
I
many
thought I
names
would
sound
say it.
similar. Why are all these names so similar?
I came up with mine first, so.
I didn't come up with mine.
But it is 8:00. So we will take a short break, get some drinks, get some snacks, and we'll be back in a moment. Welcome back, everybody. Our young nobles just spent the morning kind of, well, some of them were avoiding each other, others avoiding their feelings. Speaking of feelings, we are currently in the cinder glass vault tent belonging to Kale Desrin, or Kaelin, as Nyra knows him. Kale has just asked the others to excuse them so that he could talk to Nyra alone. Nyra seemed alright with it. And once everyone is gone, he actually kind of walks you guys out, and it's like he knows just how the sound carries. Closes the thick tent opening.
You hear Gail go, "Aw."
He kind of smirks to himself a little bit. And he walks back over to Nyra. Sorry, I couldn't help but pick up on a little bit of judgment, I suppose, from your friend.
Well,
Is that something that's been planted there by you, Nyra?
planted? No. Alina's just. She's like a sister, and she means well. But she has gotten very protective.
It's actually really good to hear. I know that you, well, from what I've seen, you tend to be the one taking care of everybody.
It is my duty.
Yes, but I don't think it's all that you deserve.
I don't think it's all Israel has for me, but I do like it.
He tries to, it's like he's trying to figure out the best way to phrase this. The words she said, perhaps I was wrong, but I had gotten the impression that when things came to light about you and I, that you weren't exactly thrilled about the news. And maybe I'm a little bit old-fashioned, but that's not exactly the type of response one would hope for when given that sort of, I don't even know what to call it, a decree.
Yeah, I was 18.
I
I
know.
was young.
I understand, and that's what I'm trying to say right now, is that I distanced myself on purpose. I wanted you to be free to choose. I stalled many times. Anytime they tried to push forward. I suppose I wanted to hear it from you one day.
And if you were to look at it from my point of view, I would assume you didn't have any interest.
That's entirely fair.
I was not exactly ecstatic at the news. Not because of necessarily you, but I just was not expecting something so honestly crazy from the High Priest. And I struggled with accepting it as Israel's words.
Well, how about from here on, I stop acting like a foolish, distant idiot, and perhaps we let feelings fall where they may.
That is reasonable.
I guess the first thing I could say is that the feeling that I gave off to you about being uninterested is far from the truth. And I've admired you for a very long time. In fact, the very fact that you didn't just decide to go along with it was charming in its own way. That said, I've kept up a very careful presence, and I know that you don't know me as well. And I wouldn't expect the same sort of admiration in return at this point.
You're right. I don't know you. And what I thought I knew doesn't appear to be completely true.
It's not completely false either.
This endeavor my friends and I are on, I don't know where it will land. But I wouldn't be opposed to getting to know you. But I want the truth.
You guys are planning on heading with the caravan to the festival?
I'm not sure. If we go to this party, we may need to make a quick leave of the city. And the festival is what, 11 days out? No. 9.
Well, should you find yourself that way at the right time, I would be willing to tell you more. I think right now, with whatever it is that you guys are doing, it might be best if we know less about each other.
Agreed.
No, I think they're probably all trying to listen in at the doorway. So I won't keep you any longer, and I do have a meeting that I need to get a couple of your friends to.
Could I ask one question?
Sure.
How old are you?
He actually does laugh. He like puts his hand through his hair. I'm 31.
Didn't even know that.
Well, anytime one of those questions pop up in your head, feel free to ask. My favorite color's orange.
Mine too.
I think he holds out his hand, like he's kind of taking your hand in his, like sort of like a soft handshake. And if you offer your hand to him, he does like a quick kiss on just like the knuckles of your fingers, and he goes, well, I look forward to getting to know you.
As do I.
I think when Nyra like starts to leave, anything, he's been coming off very confident and poised and level-headed throughout this conversation. You do hear the smallest of like as if he'd been holding his breath for that time, and you kind of hear it escape when you leave. Outside. Oh, how far are you guys standing from the tent? Is
A
Vael
polite
actually-
distance.
Yeah, like a good 5 or 6 inches.
More than Alina and Vael.
It's like a chain of people.
Vale's throwing a stick for Chinook and trying to make it seem like he's not listening.
It's like vacuuming your front lawn.
I told him off. I'm gonna let them have their space. I'm not trying to listen.
Okay.
I think I probably in that time would have asked, Leif, you've been to the Spiral Archive, right? You
Yeah.
went with them?
Yeah. What about it?
Well, if Vael and Raelynn have a meeting, maybe we could go look for that portrait?
Yeah, I can show you where it is. It's up the archive.
While you guys are standing out here, you hear the familiar voices of those same kids, one of them scolding the other. But when you look over, you actually see somebody else familiar walking towards you all. You see a very chipper looking Tanis, like going straight towards the cinder glass vault. She looks like she's skipping a little bit, and right behind her are those two kids, except now they each have one of those like expensive ass kebabs in their fists. And she doesn't seem to even notice that anyone is around her as she's walking straight up to you guys.
Just a moment. Don't go inside just yet.
Oh, I didn't see. Wait, if you're. And she like looks at all of you. You. And she points at Raelynn.
Hello
You
again.
were who I was looking for.
Oh, perfect.
I got something for you. And then she looks around. Oh, I guess I can't give it to you here, but I have that present that I talked about.
Oh, Raylan's just gonna like open the bag of holding and just be like, would it
Oh,
help
that's a
if
cool
you-"
bake. She goes like this, and you see
It's new to
her.
me.
You kind of see that there's something up her sleeve as she's like rummaging around in there. Doesn't feel like there's anything in there. And when she pulls out her hand, there's like nothing up her sleeve anymore.
New to me today. I'm
Oh.
sure I'll fill it with lots of knickknacks and tchotchkes.
Oh, fair enough. Well, so like I told you, there's a little bit of a problem with that one. It does do what mine does, though. I did explain a little bit about how it works. However, every once in a while, it does some other things that might not be that great. One time, I lost my hearing for like 10 minutes. Another time, it just completely tossed me back across my lab. So,
Noted.
use at your own risk.
Perfect. And you said at some point you may need my help. Is there any way that we would get in contact?
Oh, yeah. It goes like that. Doesn't explain further. Well, where did it go? And she has like so many pouches on her that it takes a while before she finally finds what she's looking for. I think I dropped something in that bag of yours.
Oh, did you? Okay, yeah, for sure. She'll learn looking again.
She does the exact same thing. I don't know. I must just be imagining things.
There's been pickpockets running around lately, and she'll look at the kids and just be like, "It's fine. It happens."
Oh, well, it's all in there. We're not. And she just goes, can you?
She'll like tip the bag over and be like, "Nothing in here."
What the? She genuinely looks surprised by that. All right. Well, can you guys tell Kel that I stopped by? I don't really know if he needs me today, but I did know that you guys were going to be here, so thought I was going to wait a couple hours, but that's good. Bye.
Take care.
She like kind of wanders off. You see her stop and actually chat to the youngest kid, like as if they are familiar with each other. And she takes out like a set of manacles, and it seems like she's just putting like a trick on for them. She puts them like on her wrists, and then she like does something like that, and she's like out of them all of a sudden, and they just like start erupting with laughter, and she goes, come on, I'll show you how to do that. But eventually Nyra opens up the flap of the tent. Kale follows behind shortly after. Are you two ready to go then? He looks over Vale and Raelynn.
Yep.
I'm always ready.
All right. Well, I suppose yeah, follow me. And he's going to start he actually leads you guys around to the back of his tent, where he has a wagon that he takes a crate off of, and there's space enough. It's a covered wagon. There's space enough for all of you in there, as well as Chinook. He kind of gives a polite nod to Alina and Leif and Nyra. And yeah, he starts heading down to another tavern. He kind of explains as you guys go. Right, well, I warn you, like I said, the guy is very, unfortunately, gullible in terms of he kind of wants to believe the best in everybody, I think. And, well, if you play that hand well, I think that you will have no problem securing a invitation from him. Do you guys have stories about what you're here for?
I'm sure Vale can think of something. He's quick on his feet.
I'm sure I can entertain him if that's all it takes.
All right. Well, like I said, he does like He does like a story. Hates to talk business, so you're gonna have to kind of direct him repeatedly back to it if you actually want to get something from him. I would very much appreciate it if you don't mention that I'm not going to be at this next gathering. I'm not certain that he knows, and I don't really want him asking questions that I currently don't know the answer to myself.
Not a problem. Won't come up.
You guys head to a cozier, but not any less lavish looking. It's just a tavern. It's not a tavern and inn. There's no second floor to it. It's called the Silver Gale, and it's not on the outskirts, so it's not like it's not as impressive as a building as the Velvet Crown, but it is like a couple rows in of this like circular sort of situation on this road. You are welcomed in, and there very notably, this place seems to be owned by gnomish people. There's very similar facial features to the two people that are behind the bar. There's an older gnomish man and a younger gnomish man, and they look like they're definitely related. One of them has black hair. The other one looks like it kind of looks like how you guys looked the other day when you all had black hair. Like maybe he put something in it to make it look look like it's not so far along in age. And when Kale enters in, he just kind of gives a very familiar nod over to the two behind the bar, and they point over to a corner of the room. There seems to be maybe 3 other tables that are taken up here out of the 10 on this floor. And the younger gnome calls over. He's already here. And over at the booth that they have pointed at, you see a half-elven man who just looks like he is enjoying the hell out of his tea and some biscuits. Just kind of definitely morning person vibes, dunking the biscuit in and just like savoring it. On the younger side, pale skin, black wavy hair. At the end of just one side, it turns blonde. He has green eyes. He's wearing just as green robes. All of these like intricate layers. You can see a vest under there. You can see like a shirt underneath that vest, and his outer cloak seems to be made up of 3 separate layers. Lots of gold jewelry. And as Kale gets maybe like 10 feet away from him, he goes, "Dorian!" And the man immediately perks up, stands up, kind of is about to brush his hands off on his very fine robe, and then instead grabs the napkin and wipes his hands on that. And he does the awkward thing where he walks towards you guys while holding his hand out for that 10 feet of space. Shakes Kale's hand, and he goes, "You brought company." Holds out his hand towards Vale. "Dorian?"
Aveless Vyrian, very nice to meet you.
"Nice to meet you too."
Evelyn Blackmere.
"Oh, right. Dorian Velez. Journey." And he goes, Kale's just like, "Well, it is my booth." He kind of slides in with him. on one side, so you guys take up the other. Dorian, these are the friends I was telling you about who are interested in kind of, climbing that social ladder here in Mournhold. You introduce yourself as Abelis, right?
Yes.
Okay. Abelis here is, you've been here several times before, and you're trying to get a little bit more of a foothold in a more permanent way, yeah?
Well, yes, it's a very difficult market to take hold of, and my buyers in Iriath are looking to gather some fortunate finds. Of course, for me personally, I'd much rather be rubbing elbows with, well, gentlemen like this fine young man.
And what about you? Business partner?
I assume we would have at least talked about this in the cart, because Raelynn won't go into something without a plan. So if you want to be business partner, she'll play along with it and just say, yes, recently, but it looked like a good business to get into. He looked like he was becoming profitable. Now's the time to buy in.
Smart. I like that.
Also, during the cart ride, can I just say Raelynn was fidgeting in her pockets and put on some perfume? I would like that 1 hour of advantage on charisma check.
All right. Yep. I'll allow it.
I didn't want to interrupt.
Well, you guys decided to get in on this had a pretty good time. Pretty interesting time, though. I mean, everything that's going on. Kind of precarious to be getting into something that's perhaps not seen as particularly valuable to the people right now.
Well, I've done a lot of traveling around, and, well, the common folk of this land have a particularly interesting saying. When the earth's all turned up, that's when you find the worms.
I like that. And you're not wrong. Seems everyone's clamoring to this next party. I'm actually intrigued by the artifacts that they have coming up myself, which is not really my thing, if I'm being honest. Usually just go there to listen.
Well, if you ever need someone to help you to understand the cultural and magical significance of these artifacts, I'd be happy to bend your ear.
You'd be willing to be like a sort of guide.
Sure. I know how difficult it is to be out of your element in certain social settings when people are so willing to pounce on any minor blip of lack of knowledge.
He truly is good at what he does.
When you vouch for him, he looks over at Kale. Well, I haven't attended any of these sorts of parties with him, but I've seen his collection and he knows his stuff. Dorian picks up a little biscuit and sort of plays with it a little bit. How much do you know about relics, like history?
Well, one does not become the private buyer for, let's say, one of Savarin's most influential gentlemen without knowing a thing or two.
I would like Raelynn to make a persuasion check, and I would like Vale to make a deception check.
Absolutely.
You can do it out, yeah. Ooh.
Thank you, perfume.
You guys, you see that Kale is kind of just watching the situation comfortably. Dorian goes, I suppose I could have you as my own personal entourage, but then you wouldn't get the perhaps the exposure that you were hoping.
Well, if you would permit me opportunities to split away for a time, grease a few palms, make myself known, get a chance to get up close and personal with some of the artifacts to make sure that if it's something that he desires, it's something I will purchase for him.
Right, and what do you know of things that aren't older? They seem to have a new display there that is not their usual thing. Is that
Well,
something you also deal in?
I keep my ear to the ground for all new advancements.
All right, because I might need you to explain some of the things that I'm seeing to me.
Well, I'd be happy to.
All right, well, anyone who's going to be in my company, not certain that well, here's the thing. I feel like lately people have been talking less around me, and so I feel like perhaps bringing some new people in might not be the best way to gain that back.
Well, I can see your concerns. What if we were to load all the stops? I hear that once you're out, you're out. So let's make sure your name is one they will never forget. I could bring some entertainment.
Kale claps Dorian's shoulder, gives it a little squeeze, and he goes, you really don't want to mess this one up. He says it in a way that seems like maybe there's been a mess up before. Dorian just looks a little bit sheepish. There's like a blush on his face, and he goes, what sort of entertainment?
There's a
Well-
wonderful bard. Oh, sorry.
No, by all
She was
means.
just at the Velvet Crown the other night and did a performance. Beautiful work.
No. Let me talk to the hostess. Where can I find you all?
We've been staying at the Velvet Crown. That's how we came by Lena's acquaintance, and, well, we've become quite close in our time here, and I think that she would be more than happy to accompany us.
Oh, Lena.
Have you heard of her?
Yeah, she there was a bard that made quite an impression on some of the the guards in town.
That would be her.
her.
A real rising star.
Guess you want to catch those while they're rising and not falling.
And
That's why I'm getting in on the business.
Right.
with so many rising stars at your side, it would be nearly impossible for your name to not be elevated.
All right. Well, I will think about this, and yes, I'll find you at the Velvet Crown as soon as I have word. But certainly, I can make a case for the two of you at least.
Very well. If I may, that is black tea, is it not?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, here's a little trick from his lordship, and he takes a little pinch of sugar that he has and just dusts it into the tea. But as he does that, he casts prestidigitation to make it just really robust and flavorful, and come alive.
Are you like subtly?
Yeah, I'm subtle casting it. Yeah.
Okay. It's like I've had sugar before, and he like takes a sip, and then takes another sip. Then he tries his biscuit in it. He seems a little bit like taken aback by that. I told you, Dorian. Interesting friends. Yeah, you're in good hands here. But all right. Well, enough business though, right?
Yes, agreed. Let me tell you about how I became his lordship's personal buyer. And
This is a good one.
he goes on to tell this over-the-top story that involves this big celebration in the capital and an artifact that was brought in from far away, and it fell off the display that was being carried into the palace, and he went to pick it up himself, and Aeolus had to interject and prevent him from doing so. And when the servants went to pick it up, blew up in like a puff of black smoke, coating all their faces in like ash.
Dorian is like losing it, and like he's not a charming laugher. Like he's slapping his like leg, and his laugh just is one of those like, oh my god, do I say anything to this guy about that? And Kale is laughing, but he's not laughing really at the story. He's laughing at just the situation that he knows is going on right now. Roll me some sort of charisma check to see what sort of impression you guys have left him with.
Can I give him advantage instead by laughing
Sure.
really fun? Like everything he says is the most charming, witty thing I've ever heard in my life. I'm so smitten.
25. That's pretty good. Yeah, by the time you guys are leaving this very long sort of lunch meeting, Dorian is like, you guys are walking out the door, and he's grabbing at Vale's arm and laughing, and you guys look all too chummy as you guys are leaving here. But on the other side of the wall, in the arcane ward, Leif is actually, Nyra was there last time too, so she also knows. Leif and Nyra kind of leading Alina
with me.
Alina to the Spiral Archive, And yeah, Alina, you get to this area and everything.
I do want to
here
quickly
is-
check on them on the walk over.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Nyra, are you all right?
I'm fine.
And you would tell me if you weren't?
I don't know how to feel. But it's not like he tried anything, so it's all good.
Okay.
I would have blown the place up.
And Leif.
Mhm.
Say, just give me a little warning first, please, if you're gonna blow something up.
Yes, I'll make sure you're not in the zone of my fireballs.
Thank you.
Leif, what's going on?
What do you mean?
I know it was recent, but I haven't seen you try to avoid anything like that since, I wasn't there, but I heard about the explosion.
He didn't try to avoid the explosion, he went towards the explosion.
Okay, bad metaphor. You were trying to avoid Raelynn more than you tried to avoid an explosion.
That's accurate.
Oh, so she didn't tell you that she decided to barge into my room last night and tell me exactly how useless she thinks I am?
She did not.
I can see why she didn't. She clearly was embarrassed a bit this morning. I, for the record, don't agree. I don't think they're useless.
Certainly not useless.
I don't think she agrees either. She sent me a really nice note,
Did she?
you know, and some whiskey.
That's an apology, I think, from her. So why the awkwardness this morning then?
It was a unpleasant exchange for both of us.
You want to tell us more?
Not particularly.
You might not be now, but do you think you'll get to a point where you'll be all right with each other again?
Yeah, I think so. We haven't had a chance to talk again since we both cooled down.
As long as you can work out whatever's going on.
I think it'll be fine.
Good.
They want to know so bad.
No one will tell us.
I don't think they know. They have to talk to themselves first.
Yeah.
You don't even know he punched you, man. What that you asked for it? No.
I don't think he said anything that's not true.
No. Well, right now, all I need to know is, are you going to work this out? Okay, cool.
He's just being selective in the story.
Yeah.
As well. It's like as Vael said.
Elected bits.
Yeah.
And then now we get to the Arcane Ward and all that happens.
Yes.
Oh, your fans are over in that small temple.
Oh, right. Right, that happened.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you do hear that there's just a party going on. It's like late morning at this point.
I feel like I keep missing a lot that involves me every time you all go out.
You are the face of the group here, I suppose. You've sort of been the one to get us housing and money. And
You've done a great job with your tarot reading.
you gave me the cards. It's kind of all you.
And the cards like you.
Yeah. They're kind of scary. Anyway.
Sorry, Megan made me laugh there. Yeah, so you guys see this very tall building that kind of spirals at the top of it. Alina notices immediately, just the way the others had, that it's much lighter in color than all of the surrounding buildings. It seems like a lot of the buildings here are built from local stone. And this one in particular probably had a lot of imported stone to build it. The doors are open. There's people walking freely in and out. It's not too busy right now. But when you walk inside, you see to the left is a lecture hall. It looks like they're currently setting up for a lecture. Like there's people reserving their seats, but they're chatting with each other. There's nobody at the actual podium just yet. And to the right, there are a bunch of people who are studying away. There's rows and rows of bookshelves in that room. And as you're looking around, especially for these paintings that were described to you, you see these 3 long oil paintings. The center painting has a woman that, as soon as you see it, Alina, very similar design in the clothing. It's almost like they're all uniforms, but they all have their own unique designs that seem fitted to the person. And the person in the middle is a dark-skinned, half-elven woman, long dark hair. It looks like her skin is ebony, so it's like dark on dark on dark, and then she's just wearing this stark white cut of a dress that goes kind of like a flared out collar and then intricate straps around. Just very ornate in design. And then to the side, the one on the left actually looks kind of similar in facial feature, in the same way that you were kind of unsettled by what you saw. You're kind of unsettled by this.
Oh, similar in facial features to me?
No, to the
okay, to the woman.
To the man in the vision.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Which I guess would be similar, a similar unsettling feeling, but human, male, young, blonde, looks a lot like this man, but very thin compared to him. Like he was broad-shouldered, and this one just looks very trim, and their waist is cinched with this gold and black band. And then the one on the right is a very pale, elvish woman with long red hair that is done up in intricate braids, and she's wearing like a full-on sort of almost like a business suit, but something that you might see at like Fashion Week almost. And behind the middle one is a sun. Behind the one on the left is a moon, and behind the one on the right is I always forget what to sort of like a theater mask sort of thing. There's 2 of them. Both of them are happy.
Is there a name under any of the portraits, specifically the man's?
Nope, not that you can see.
I'd like to find someone and see if I can get some information on who these portraits are.
All right. You're just finding somebody who looks like they work here or that they
Yeah.
might. All right.
Do you need me to roll?
You can roll me a perception check or maybe even allow an insight.
Okay, do you want it in the tower?
Yes, please. As you are looking around here, it doesn't even seem to you like there's people, at least not on this floor. It doesn't look like there's anyone who's like, you don't see a sort of like uniform happening here. There's just a lot of people coming and going. Until you notice that some of the people there's a lot of people wearing robes and whatnot, but there's some of them you notice there's like a sort of spiral embroidery near the cuff of their sleeve. And you approach this young human woman with dark skin. Her hair is curled and kind of pulled back into a ponytail. She is currently just kind of standing over a desk, setting up to take some notes or something, it looks like. When she sees that you approach, she gives you a sort of warm but then like curious sort of smile and just says, "Good morning."
Good morning. I had a question about the portraits over here. I wasn't sure if you were the one to ask.
Yes, she kind of, if you're like pointing, she's like, "Oh, you're talking about the portraits of the founders." What exactly is it that you're curious about?
Studying art and subjects in history, and I was specifically interested in the one on the left. Name, if you date painted, any other information?
Oh, well, I could give you the name. I don't know the date painted at the top of my head, but you could definitely find that on the upper floors. There's public records of this sort of thing and everything that we house here. She kind of goes from right to left as she gives you she points to the red-headed elvish woman and she goes, "That's Anastasia Belgrave." Then she points to the next one and she goes, "That is Bella Dernholz." And then she goes to the next one and Daniel Dayrune. They are the founders of, well, technically they're the founders of the Silver Council, but eventually they left politics and became the founders of the Spiral Archive.
Could you run those names by me again?
Yep. Anastasia Belgrave, Bella Dernholz, and Daniel Dayrune.
And you said the public records were on the floor above?
Yes, they're available to everyone.
Thank you, I appreciate your help.
No problem. She kind of excuses herself back to the lecture hall.
Vixx, would you mind repeating what they were the original founders?
The Silver
Oh.
Council.
Silver Council.
Yep.
Would you two mind if we went upstairs for a bit?
Not at all.
Which one is the one that feels similar to what you saw?
The man Daniel Daerun.
That's
I'm gonna lean in very quietly.
family.
Chancellor of Vaelthar is a Daerun.
The man who went with Kaya to that party was a day room.
And what was his name?
Andrew.
Andrew?
Mm-hmm. Lots of day rooms. Wonder how big the family is.
Maybe we can find information upstairs.
Is there any way to tell, looking at these, like, are these like old paintings? Like, these people may
No.
not be around anymore, old, or like...
The paintings look fairly new, like a couple of decades, maybe a decade,
It doesn't
rather
mean
than
the subjects are.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see what kind of public information we can get on the Daerun family.
All right. Well, you guys can roll investigation checks for me.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and help.
Yeah, you
some
can.
If
If you want to give some advantage to, you can just.
That would
do
probably be best.
Okay. You said investigation?
Yes.
All right, who do you want to give advantage to?
Alina. How about that?
Okay. Do you want this in the tower?
Yes, please.
Okay, I clicked advantage. I think I'm doing this right.
You did.
Yay!
I will cast guidance on myself.
Fair.
Might as well if I have it.
And you guys are just kind of like scanning for names that look familiar and
Specifically the Daeruns.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would also like to see if the Saveth name ever pops up.
okay.
Especially if there are any portraits attached with any of these names.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
You head into the public records floor, and it's almost like overwhelming the amount of information that is on this floor, and it kind of follows like a spiral sort of setup with the way the books are laid out here. You kind of pick up on the different areas and what sorts of, and kind of write off things immediately as things you're probably not really interested in, as you narrow in on looking for this family name. Alina. Let's start with that.
I was thinking about author and, about having a library card.
Everyone should have a library card.
Yep.
Go to your public libraries. You too, Meg.
I'm not allowed. I forgot to return books at 2 of them.
It's okay, my kids check out enough books for all of us.
Alina, you end up coming across a thesis done by what seemingly somebody who studies here at the Spiral Archive. What stands out to you is that there is a mention of in Emmerich Dayrune near the end, as though they've signed off on this paper, or they've maybe written some notes back to this student. The whole thing seems to be about it's like a controversial sort of piece about whether war, invasion, or rival competition have the possibility to unite people who are divided. And though you're kind of like skimming through it, I think something really unsettles you when you like look at it more. You're seeing almost like a zealotous sort of feeling about these words, but then it's signed in something that you've seen before. You see at the very end, in very familiar handwriting to you, the initials P, and then there's a dot, and then it goes to a different line, and then it says KO. And something about that really strikes as, I know this writing. Yeah, to you it looks very similar to your sisterhood friend, Kemi. Nyra. You find an excerpt of notes from an Emmerich Dayrune's lecture. High Scholar of Vaelthar. The date on it is 24 years ago. The location of it was the Arcane Symposium in Vaelthar. The title of it is Convergence of Lineage and Discipline. And as you're skimming through this, it seems to be about the predictability in magical lineages.
Convergence of lineage and what?
Discipline.
What was predictability of?
Magical lineages.
Ooh.
And if you guys want, I can just copy paste what I have here later. Yeah. But
thank you.
It's a lecture about wild magic of border. There, you see a line that's like, the wild magic of borderlands, elven kind, and divine entanglements often produce dazzling short-term results, but rarely translate into durable magic architecture. If you desire brilliance, court a wildfire. If you desire endurance, build with stone. And there's recorded laughter from the crowd in the notes. And then there's another whole section that's about arcane pairings, discipline over power. The highest potential pairings do not occur, though mere accumulation. No, do not occur through mere accumulation of magical force. They emerge from cognitive resonance, shared instinctual frameworks and compatible conditioning. And so you go through this, and it seems to be a lecture about building families that produce a more magically inclined person. And the final thought on it says, it is no longer enough to shape magic. The arcane future will belong to those who can shape people deliberately and with foresight.
Oh. Nyra, like, very gently closes the thing. I've met this man.
You met him?
He was at the tavern the other night. I gave him a reading. I didn't know his last name, but he wore black and gold, and he had short platinum blonde hair, and his son is in the capital. Not Daniel. He said his name was Matthew.
I'm gonna describe how old I saw the man in my vision. Is that too... Does Emmerich match that age, or would who I saw be more of his son?
Well, the thing is, you saw a human.
Oh, right.
And
Never mind.
the man at the tavern was at least half elven.
That's right.
Yeah, older elven man.
Hard to say.
Well, that's concerning.
I'm just like staring at Alina. The other thing he told me was that he ruined his marriage because he had an affair and a daughter he did not know about. That is all I know about him. But he was a professor here for a long time. So it must be the same man. Emmerich does not seem so common of a name for such a specific field.
You sure it was the same man?
That his name was Emmerich, and that he had a retired professor from the academy, and he lectured at Viral. These are his lecture notes.
It's gotta be the same guy.
How many Emmerichs could there be that teach here?
Find out it's like John here.
Right.
Donald's the unique name.
Yeah.
Donald's the unique.
If he was elven and the man I saw was human,
But the man in the
who did I see?
portrait is human, yes?
Yes.
Is he human? Yeah,
Yeah.
Daniel. Relative?
I don't know.
Maybe Daniel. Or I guess Daniel. I don't know how much elvish blood is in him. I didn't know if his ex-wife was an elf.
In our research anywhere, was there any indication of like when the Spiral Archive was founded? Like if Daniel was one of the founders, how long ago would that have been?
Yeah, there is an actual. You would be able to find that out. 17 years ago.
Oh.
Oh,
So Emmerich taught at the academy and then retired and lectured here. So it was a more recent endeavor.
I didn't realize the academy was so recent. I was thinking that was like a couple generations
No,
ago.
this is the Spiral
Just the Spiral.
Archives, not the academy.
Sorry,
So we're in the Spiral Archives, which is like a big
You're right. You're right.
library
And
lecture hall.
They founded the archive, right?
Right.
Thanks
And
for
they
putting that down,
founded
Brittany.
something called the Silver
Silver
Council,
Council.
whatever that is.
Okay.
That you would be able to find out here too. It's not a secret. That's just what
Mhm.
they call the body of government here.
So the thing that Matthew is on. Possibly.
These three retired from that body of government, went to do other things, and we're theorizing that Matthew took his place as a part of this governing
Or he
body.
came in, or maybe. Or if the
Yeah.
positions are passed down through family.
Mhm.
The Daewoo name seems to be everywhere. Or he just happens to also get into politics and had a daddy who did it and therefore got, preferential treatment.
Darren wasn't the only name I found in my research.
Mhm.
This is Kemi's handwriting. She's a fellow sister who was sent south and hasn't been heard from a long time. Was last heard spouting anti-sister rhetoric. This is her thesis that Emmerich signed.
So she was here studying.
Yes.
What's the date on that one?
How long ago was that thesis? Is there a date on it?
It was about a year ago.
Did Mother Ona say how long ago Kemi disappeared?
I don't think so.
I don't know if that's something she would have mentioned that we just didn't get to, or if that's something she intentionally kept hidden.
She does tend to keep the details there.
We could risk getting in touch with her. Might mean
Kemi?
another headache.
Well, let's wait.
Not
That
here,
could
not
be
now.
risky.
Yeah. Also, what time I'm just wondering. Did we, Vixx, do our sending during the no magic time?
That's
Oh, yeah.
that's totally up to you.
Okay.
I don't know how long you guys
Mine
wait
was
to go to bed.
in the day while y'all are downstairs.
Yeah, I don't know if that was during the hour or whatever
yeah,
they take
the, like,
off during the
afternoon.
day.
Yeah.
I was just checking. I mean, you could try it and I can heal you, but I'd wait until later tonight.
Yeah.
Do you think she'd talk to you?
I don't know. It's been a while. But do you think the Dayrons could be at this party?
I feel like I heard something about Dayrons. I mean, a prominent family, and if Emmerich worked with her at the academy, it's possible he may be there. If he's in good standing.
I think I need a drink.
Yeah,
Well,
we're
that
meeting
sounds
up at the where are we meeting, Vale? He said to go to the
Hollow Vein.
Hollow Vein.
which Vale and Raelynn, you guys are heading towards the Hollow Vein. By the time you're halfway there, the city goes into its little blackout period, it's not as noticeable during the daytime, but you do notice just like kind of a flicker where people's things get a little bit less lit up. Anything that you guys want to deal with before you go and meet up with Basha?
So, I had a little conversation with Leif this morning.
Yes, pull the tea out of them.
Did you?
Yes. I wanted to get your take on things.
I went to your room with every intention to give him a gift. As I've noticed, his cough has been staying around since the smoke, the explosion. I was worried, but he wasn't in the best of moods, and I made it worse. I ruined his birthday.
It's his
Said-
birthday?
It was yesterday. I didn't know either.
Hmm.
What a way to make an impression, but I was stressed from the vision. I was annoyed with no one listening to me, with Alina literally hours later touching that crystal. It was a bad day. I was frustrated, and I just projected my feelings onto him. And I'm sorry, and I do want to apologize to him. I tried a little, but I see it didn't work because he hasn't talked to me all day. And I'm hoping I can potentially talk to him again. He doesn't seem like the type to want to talk about this in a group. And the girls seem to very much want to talk about this in a group. So I was in the wrong. I may have called him the weakest link in the group, but really that's me. And
What do you know about Leif's upbringing?
Not much. I don't know much of Leif at all.
Leif's a very powerful man.
I'm aware.
He's sturdy, steadfast. Really, he's brilliant when it comes to combat.
I'm aware.
And he's like that because he spent his life feeling inferior.
So I'm no good and not much better than his
No.
family. Understood.
You didn't know, and that's why I'm telling you.
It still shouldn't have been said. I was just concerned.
I know you are. And frankly, what you said is probably something we as a group should have said with different words to him a few days ago.
I'm just worried about him.
I know, and I told him that. I know you had the best intentions, and I know that whatever happened, you touched a nerve and he got out of line. That's my guess.
Yes. I should apologize to him again.
You should. In person, in private.
I tried.
I know. Find an opportunity and let him know what you actually think of him. The truth, not how you feel about his current affliction.
Did he tell you he humbled me rather well?
No, that unfortunately is not something he mentioned.
He's powerful.
He didn't do anything that needs to be dealt with, did he?
Nothing that wasn't deserved.
Right. Well, we have a lot of strong personalities in this group. These clashes are bound to happen again. I think it's best if all of us especially the one many of us look to hold us together, could assume the best intent from others.
You do realize that's you, right?
It isn't.
Mhm.
I'm only filling in for you at the moment.
I don't know about that. I prefer when you fill in.
Unfortunately, so many others do as well, and I
Oh my
tend to
gosh,
have
Vael,
divided attention.
please.
And you ruined it.
You really should stop talking.
And that's why it'll never be me long term.
Thank goodness for Varric.
See a surprised and strange look on his face. Oh, because he'll be running things, of course.
What did you think I meant?
That you like having him around.
Varric? He's a pain in my ass.
It wasn't that. We should
Vael?
probably hurry along.
No. You made me tell you. Out with
Yes,
it.
because the cohesion of this group was dependent on it.
The cohesion of our friendship is dependent on this. I need to know what's happening with my cousin. It's a family affair. You'll understand.
Well, as far as I understand it, nothing long-term that needs to be concerned with.
If I find out you've done anything to harm my cousin, you will answer to me. You're a heartbreaker, Vael. Don't pretend you're not.
There was a mutual understanding between us.
Is that what that agreement was that you went off to talk about?
No, not exactly.
What was that then?
That's nothing I can speak of.
Okay. I won't press.
But I assure you, your cousin has interests elsewhere just as I do, and I'm sure he'll be right as rain.
I'll make sure of it. The only one that puts me down is me.
Well, I did a pretty good job of it, I think.
Vael! Raelynn's just like walking away now, like, I don't want to know.
I told you we should hurry on.
I don't need to know. I'm sorry I asked. Feeling punched was way better than this.
Well, I feel like all of you have a lot to think about.
Oh
And
shit, we're not even playing next week.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No,
But-
2
No.
weeks to ruminate.
Does your sister want a guest, or?
but I'm gonna leave you on a little scene here. You eventually meet up at the Hollow Vein. Vasha's, just as she said, just as she promised, she had nothing much to do for the day and is around when you all arrive eventually. Despite all of the things that are on your mind, there isn't a whole lot of space or time for you guys to talk about, which you guys are probably getting used to at this point. When you enter into this space where there were booths and there were also like other there were what you had probably assumed were booths that were covered by curtains. She leads you through one of them, and you go down a hallway that looks very similar, like it's going to lead you to another room like the one she led you to before. But when she opens the door, you come across another spiral staircase that leads down and down and down. And it is even more like musky feeling here. Like the air here just feels like, yeah, you're getting like down there. The walls are a little bit damp. It gets darker as you go down. And at the very bottom is a door that looks very similar to the one that the Kanku like kind of had to slide open a little peephole for, except it doesn't have a peephole. It has like two metal bars that are covering the door. And she's about to move them herself, and she's like, would one of you be able to give me a hand? And she kind of lets somebody else who's a little bit stronger than she is take over, because she isn't very strong. And you kind of have to give it a good pull. And when she opens up this door, it just looks like a sunken-in cave at first. But immediately to the left, it's like a tunnel that seems partially collapsed, but then at the top, there's like reinforcements that look newer. This is about as far as I'm going to take you. As I said, I don't really know what is down there anymore. Had no use. All the connections that I've made over the years have made it a little bit easier for me to slip into where I need to. But if you follow this tunnel for about an hour, you will make 2 right turns. And you'll have pretty much no choice but to follow that out of the city. Of course, you're also then in an open field, so fair warning. But if you continue for another 20 minutes beyond that hour, it'll become fairly clear to you where you can exit. There are still used tunnels for different things in this district. You will need to climb up the ladders that you find there. I can assure you those aren't old relics. I would not suggest that you go down there and trust your full weight on those things if they were. But good luck to all of you. I will leave this door open for 2.5 hours. If you don't come back beyond that, then I'll assume something happened.
Sounds fair to me.
Take a look. Make sure it's clear that I'm not pulling one over on you, and if you think that'll do the trick, I will make sure that you have access to this in the future. And with that, she's just like closes the door. You guys are left with this echoing scrape as she tries to push it shut herself, because it's kind of it's very heavy and reinforced. You are left in this little escape tunnel far underneath the city of Mournhold. You just hear an echoing sound of water in the distance. And we'll pick up in 2 weeks from there.